Hey y'all, it's Sin and I'm back to do another review on Married at First Sight, and this is season 10 episode 15. Okay, so I'm going to start with Taylor and Brandon. So they're still at the retreat, and well, Taylor's still at the retreat. Brandon didn't come back, we already know that. So Taylor's still at the retreat, and she's talking to Nika, and she's like, okay, Michael talked to me. He had this whole heart-to-heart, and he was trying to say that Brandon does really care about me, and he really wants us to work, but he just doesn't want to be around the cameras. And I'm a little confused by this, honestly, because I just felt like Brandon don't want to be with her. Like, Taylor always lying, she doing things, she seems to be hanging out with men. But you know what, if he want to try, that's what he want to do, whatever. So, Brandon does not film for the whole episode. He still is against filming with the producers. And we know because that whole blew up with the producer, like, they mad rude to him. So, I understand what he's coming from. So, we don't really see much of them. We get a few of those little security camera footages of them, like, hanging out on the couch and hugging up and all snuggled up, seeming like they're getting along okay without the cameras. But these are very small snippets, so we don't really know. And Taylor does talk to her friends, because, you know, this is the episode, I usually call it the boring episode, like the one where they go talk to their family and friends. Usually they draw out the conversations, but this one was actually okay. So I'll say this season they did okay with that. So she talks to her friends, and they look distraught. They look distraught because she's just like, yeah, I think I'm going to try with Brandon, and we're doing better, you know, not on the cameras. And they just look like, girl, do not be with this man. Like, that's just how they look. They looking like they don't want her to be with him at all. And I honestly don't think they should be together. I think they just don't belong together, and it's just gonna look like, not even look, it's just gonna be a mess. But look, if they want to try after the cameras and see how it works, I still think it's not gonna work out. But let them do what they want to do, right? But that is it though for Taylor and Brandon. We don't see much of them because of him not filming, so I really don't have that much to say about them. Yeah, and I can say, what do I think? Because next episode is going to be the decision episode. So, for them, what I think is going to happen is, even though they say they want to try after the show is over, I have a feeling that both of them are actually just going to say no. I feel like they're gonna both say that they don't want to stay married. That's my guess for them. We'll see. Alright, and then I'm on to Nika and Michael. So, it's still like a mess with them because Michael's still not talking to Nika. They still at the retreat, and Nika comes to the kitchen when Michael's there, and he just walks out. Like, he has been ignoring her. He's not talking to her, like somehow she did something to him. So they leave the retreat, and then Michael's like, yeah, talking to the camera. He's like, yeah, I feel like we didn't get to accomplish what we wanted to accomplish this weekend. And, you know, that's why I set up apple picking for us so that we can be affectionate. And I feel like I could show these things. Okay, right. That's what he says. And then apple picking is a disaster, honestly, to me. I think it's a disaster. He says these things, but it's mad awkward. They're walking around, they're picking apples. Mika's trying to talk to Michael, and what is he doing? Ignoring her. She's like, oh, that's my favorite apples. And he just like, and just keep going. It's mad awkward and weird. And I'm like, he has an attitude, but he says to the camera he wants this to go well, but he's doing the opposite with Mika, which is just stupid to me. Like, I don't get it. And it's all a show. It's all because he's a liar. That's probably what it is. Like, why say these things and then do the opposite? Because you're a liar. That's what it has to be, right? Can't be nothing else. And they pick the apples. Then they have this little picnic that has to do with, like, the apple picking. And the apple picking people give them lunch. And they're like, oh, yeah, hey, your lunch. And they give it to them in these brown paper bags, which cracked me up. Because I'm like, is this like school lunch? Basically, it was. And they were labeled different things, and Michael looks at both of them, picks the ones that he likes the most, and he keeps eating. He's like, oh, pudding, eating his little pudding. Annoying. So he's eating his little pudding, and Mika like, dag, like, that's why I can't get out with him. He ain't asked what I want. He just picked whichever one he wanted. He didn't care yet, and he's standing up eating his pudding. Mika is sitting down on that cloth, you know, it's supposed to be for picnic, and he's standing up. How could you have wanted to fix things if you are completely distancing yourself from Mika? You're standing up eating your little pudding like a baby, and you're just leaving her there by herself. I just can't deal with Michael. He gets on my freaking nerves. He really do. I don't have time for it. I really don't. So when they're in the car after the whole apple picking thing, like, it's not going well because Mika's just like, listen, you is annoying. I feel like you just say things you want me to hear, which he does. Like, yeah, I want to work things out, and I want things to be great, and I want to be affectionate, and I want this to happen, but then you do the opposite, like standing and ignoring her the whole time y'all apple picking. And he's just like, yeah, but it's always talk about me. It's a two-way street. Not really, because you're trash. How can it be a two-way street when you're a liar and you're the trash person in a relationship? So, no, Michael, that's not how it works. Nope, that's not how it goes. And then later on, you know, they meet up with their people. Like, Nika meets up with her mother, and she's talking about Michael and things going on with him. And she basically like, look, I was prepared to be in this forever, but I wasn't prepared for no nightmare. Her mother like, oh, it's a nightmare. And Mika like, no. Mika, no, you lying. It is a nightmare. This is a nightmare. That marriage is a nightmare. And you should be glad to just wake up and get out of it. Right. And Michael talks to his sister, and his sister basically just says like, Michael, I knew you was a liar. I know you got these faults, but like you got to work on these things. To put it in short terms, that is basically what she said to him. Like, I know you a liar and you got these problems and you have self-worth issues, but you got to work on it, and I'm glad that you're seeing that in yourself. So, yeah, that's what happens with that. And Mika and Michael go to dinner, and of course, we get another lie out of Michael. It can't be an episode without another lie out of Michael. Come on. Would this be Married at First Sight season 10 without lying from Michael? No, it couldn't be. So, they're at dinner. And Mika like, what are you doing? Like, you've been home or had like weird hours. And he's like, oh yeah, I put in my 2 weeks. You put in your 2 weeks, Michael? And Mika's like, oh, so it's the third job you had in 2 months. I just don't understand. No, it's probably not the third job he had in 2 months. Like, something's just not right here. He is lying about something. And what I honestly think is that this job right now, while he's home more, I feel like he got fired. He put in his 2 weeks is what he's saying. But I think he got fired from his job and he doesn't want to admit it. So, yeah, another lie. So I just feel like he's a liar. Like, come on, we know he's a liar. He definitely got fired. That's what happened. What does confuse me, at one point in the show, like Mika is saying, and you know, I just want him to be affectionate and like be the way he's supposed to be and show me love or something like that, she says. Oh, that she wants him to show that he loves her. I'm just like, he clearly doesn't love you. That doesn't make any sense. Like, he is vacant in this relationship. He is not there. So I don't know what you're talking about. And he just says things to please her and to please cameras and to lie and to look appealing for people. So it's just very strange to me that she would say that she wants him to, you know, show his love for her. I don't get it. It don't make no sense. It really don't. But what I think is going to happen with Mika and Michael, I think that because the next episode is Decision Day, I think that Mika is going to say she wants to stay in a relationship because she really wants to keep marriage. That's what she signed up for. She shouldn't, but I feel like she's going to say she's going to stay. And I think Michael's actually going to say no. It's going to be like, an upset. Like, I think that's what's going to happen because Michael doesn't want to be with Mika because he can't lie to her. He can't be a false version of himself. He cannot do this, and that's not going to work. That's why he's always like, when she talks to him, he's just like, ooh, off in a corner. You just see his mind is way down. Who knows where, you know? So that's why I feel like he's not going to say he wants to stay married. He wants to be able to lie to someone, and he wants them to be able to believe those lies, and it's not going to happen with Mika. He just wants it all to go well like that. That's what he thinks. And on their last night together, like in the bed, and he's like, yeah, so last night together, and she's like, before Decision Day. And he's like, oh, yeah. No, because he meant that, not before Decision Day. He don't want to be with her. That's just the end of that, you know? All right, so now I'm on to Katie and Derick, and they were a hot mess this episode. Like, Katie was getting my nerves. She's so annoying. So they leave the retreat, and they go to this, like, winery, and the woman explains to them that she's going to give them a lock and some keys, and they, like, supposed to lock it on a bridge and throw the keys in the water. Right before that, they sit down for wine outside. And they're talking, and, you know, Derick's just like, yeah, and how do you think things are going? And she's like, yeah, I feel like they're going better. But she's just like, you know, with that Katie stank face, she says things are going better, but her face is not showing that things are going better. And he's just like, you know, what do you think's going to happen? And with Decision Day and all that. And then she's just like, you know, I guess just going to have to find out. She's so rude and annoying. Like, I just feel like she's like, oh, I'm above you. And you're going to have to work for this yes for me. I don't like her. You know, I just feel like she's being ridiculous. Like, she really is. And it just doesn't make any sense. So that's done, and they go to like lock the keys on the bridge, and they have to like make a promise while they're doing this. And Derick's like, let's promise that we won't stop working on us, you know? And Katie like, nah, I can't agree to that. And Derick like, what? She's like, no. So she's like, let's promise that we'll always make each other happy, and that whether it's together or not. And Derick like, no, I wanna, you know, like, he doesn't say this, but he's like, I want to promise something that's more about us being together. So then he says something else. He's just like, okay, how about what does he say? Oh, so he says, we'll promise that we'll always be a team, right? And yet again, Katie's like, no, I can't say that either. So they end up with just whole we'll make each other happy thing, and they lock on the bridge and they throw the keys out, you know. But Katie just rejected everything he says about them being together. So it's obvious that she just doesn't want to be with him, right? That's getting very obvious. But they throw their little keys on the bridge. And side note, like, I feel like that company is making that bridge look like it's old and it's really not. And those locks on it. So some of those locks were rusty and the bridge was too. But I feel like they put a treatment on it and made it look older. No? Because that's what I think happened. But whatever with that, right? Also during this episode, they find this turtle on the side of the road. It's a wild turtle, and they name him Cal. But then they find out they can't keep him because, you know, he's a wild turtle. They won't be able to feed him properly, and he won't eat. So he'll starve. So they have to let him go. And then Katie does this interview, like, talking to the camera, and she's like, you know, sometimes you may love something and really want it, but you have to let it go. And I'm like, shady girl, you know you talk about Derick. You ain't even talk about that little cow turtle. That's not what you're talking about, because you don't want to be with him. It's like you just constantly keep saying throughout the episode, I don't want to be with Derick. You know, she's trying to, like, hint at it. I feel like she keeps trying to hint at it so that he's not surprised when it happens. Even though it's trash, and I feel like even if it's off camera, she needs to tell him about this. Like, seriously sitting down, just like, listen, Derick, I don't want to be with you. And that's the decision I'm going to make, so he's not surprised and his feelings aren't hurt. That's what I think she should do. So they meet up with their families to, you know, talk about what's going on. And Katie's family looks devastated, like, because they just feel like, I feel like they know she makes bad decisions, and they're just looking at her like, what? She keeps saying all these bad things about Derick, and we just don't get along, and I want a 30-year-old man with gray hair, and I just got baby-faced Derick, who is a baby. You know, she's just rude. She just keeps talking about him, and it's just ridiculous. And I just feel like Katie's one of those people that wants that man's man. Like, if y'all been watching Married at First Sight for a while, there's always somebody that wants a man's man, whatever that means, but like traditional roles and go hack some wood in the backyard, whatever, you know, what people think is a man's man. But really what they end up being is like trash, toxic people. And I feel like that's who she wants. That's who she's drawn to. And because Derick isn't that type of person, she feel like he's not a man, right? That's definitely how I feel. She wants him to have no dreams, be bland, be stern, put her in her place. And that's what she wants. That is what she wants, and she needs therapy. Not Derick, not a husband. She needs therapy for that one. But yeah, that's really what happens. And the father is like, yeah, try to give him a chance, girl. Because the people you pick is trash. And she's like, yeah, I guess. And then Derick meets up with his family. It's kind of obvious that he's all in. He really wants to be with Katie. And then later on, we see they meet up like for dinner. And Katie's just bringing up a whole bunch of stuff that Derick does wrong. Like, you don't initiate things. And I just feel like we don't have chemistry and all the stuff she says. And Derick's just like, yeah, we can work on it. And I can work on that. And I'm sorry. And blah, blah, you know. What normal people would say, or if someone wants to try to be with someone. But Katie is garbage, and Derick brings up one thing that he's upset about, like about her. One. He just says, you know, when you're stressed, you have a bad attitude, you don't know how to act, and, you know, basically, like, she's not good to be around. And she's just like, that worries me because you need to learn how to deal with me. Like, excuse me? What do you mean he got to learn how to deal with you? So you can't deal with anything that's to do with him. Not even him loving himself and wanting to have dreams, but he should have to do with you being trash when you are stressed out. No, girl, no. And she's just like, you know, you just have to step up to the plate, which further proves my point that she likes so man's man and somebody to put her in her place, and she wants to be controlled. She may not be saying that, but I'm telling you, the girl crazy. So with all of this mess happening, right, I think that Katie is going to say no and Derick is going to say yes. And I feel like a lot of people probably think that, like, it's not going to be surprising, but that's what I think is going to happen next episode. So we'll see when I watch it, and then I'm going to do a review on that. Lastly, I'm going to do Jessica and Austin. They actually seem to be having problems this episode. Jessica goes to meet up with her sister, and she's just like, he hasn't said he loved me yet. I'm worried about him traveling. And her sister is also like keep planting the love thing in her head too. She's like, yeah, you're not upset that he hasn't told you that he loves you? So that's definitely bothering Jessica. And Austin meets up with his friend, and he's just like, yeah, we've had a few arguments and some things. She doesn't like that I have to travel. And no, I haven't told her I loved her yet. And he's just like, I do feel like I feel that way, but I just need to say it on my own time. It's like he's holding this whole I love you thing hostage. It's very weird to me. And I know like he just wants to be ready to say it his own time, but if that's how you feel, I don't understand how you can't say it. It would be different if he said, I just don't feel that way yet, and that's valid. I don't feel that way yet. But to be like, I feel that way, but I just feel like I'll say it when I feel like it. I don't know. It's off. I don't get it, And his friend's just like, his friend's like, yeah, he's an overthinker, and I don't understand why he just won't say things. He's like, there's no right time. You just have to say it. And that's definitely true. And I feel like Jessica is making it more of a big deal by always bringing it up, which makes it awkward. But I feel like he's also making it ridiculous because he feels that way but doesn't want to express it. Why not? Why can't you express that you love someone if you do? Actually, kind of find out why, because he tells his friend, like, last time he told somebody he loved them, he was just heartbroken. So that's really what it is. That's the root of the problem. He feels like if he tells her he loves her, then he's going to get his heart broken. Man, people in their past traumas and them not being able to let it go. Just tell a girl you love her, dang. When Jessica and Austin go out for dinner, for like their last dinner, I don't know why I want to call it last chance dinner, whatever. They go out for dinner, and it does not go well. First of all, Austin is sweating like crazy. Anybody notice? Man, that man is sweating. I think it's because Jessica brings the love thing again in his job, and he's uncomfortable. But he looks crazy. He is sweating like ridiculously. And Jessica is just bringing it up, and Austin got attitude. He's like, I don't understand why you gotta keep talking about me traveling. I don't understand why we gotta talk about work. This is my job, and I just feel like he just gets really upset, and it was just a mess. They dinner was awkward. Then they get back home, and they're talking about it, and he's just like, I feel like you're just saying you don't like my job, and you knew it took me a lot to have this type of career, and that just means you don't like my job. And Jessica's like, no, I don't like your job, and I feel like you're saying my feelings are invalid, and you don't care. I think they're both right in a sense, like her continuously bringing up that she doesn't like he's gonna travel. The point has been talked about already, and he can't change that he has to keep traveling. That is his job. He can't do anything about it. He really can't. Maybe they can discuss best ways for them to see each other, what they'll do when they do see each other, but he can't change his traveling. He said he's in an entry-level position. There's nothing he can do about that, right? And then also, Austin is trying to just say, oh, why did he keep talking about it? And maybe he's trying to reassure her feelings. So I think they're just both a little all over the place when it comes to this. And it's causing a big fight. And honestly, they don't even look happy these last days. They're just so stressed out about the decision. Jessica's just like, he doesn't want to say he loves me. And he's just like, I can't say I love her. That's how I get my heart broken. And she hates my job. And she's like, I don't hate his job. I hate that he travels. Oh gosh, these people, they're a mess, right? So, and then they leave the last night, and they don't even give each other a kiss. And Jessica's like, oh my gosh, I thought he was gonna kiss me. I didn't even get a kiss, which she could have kissed him, right? I feel like they're both always waiting for the other person to do something. Just freaking do it or say it. Do what you want to do. You don't have to wait for the other person. You can just make a move. That's how it works. Also, you're married. Kiss the man. Also, it's just weird. And I did think it was weird. They just seemed so distant and dry. And to say all of this, though, I still think decision day, they're gonna both say yes. I don't think that Austin's gonna say he loves her on that couch, though. You can see the clip where they're talking about what's gonna happen next episode, and she's like, if he doesn't tell me he loved me, I'm gonna be devastated. I think that they're both gonna say yes, but I don't think that Austin's gonna say he loves her there. I feel like he overthinks this, and I feel like there with all the cameras around just sitting there with his little sweaty self, nervous self, he's not gonna say that he loves her right then. I just don't see it happening, but we'll see. So that is it for my review on Married at First Sight, and that's season 10 episode 15. And like I said, I think that the only people who are both gonna say yes are Jessica and Austin. I think they're both gonna say yes. I think Derick's gonna say yes and Katie's gonna say no, so that's not gonna work. With Taylor and Brendan, they saying they want to be with each other and they're trying it out, and they might want to try after the season's over, but I have a feeling they're both still going to say no. When it comes to Mika and Michael, I think that Mika is going to say Yes, and Michael is going to say no. He wants someone he can lie to, right? Alright though, that's it. I'll see y'all in the next one. We're going to be discussing who said yes and who said no. Maybe I'll be completely wrong and everything be wrong. Listen, I don't get it right most seasons, so we'll see. Hopefully I did good this time. Alright, I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye.